What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Anderlecht career mode on FC25. And when I say guys, I mean the 2 views that we got in the last videos. Come on. I was wondering, on this video, can we get 1 like? Oh, the dramas of starting a new YouTube channel. Anyway, we start off this episode with the Youth Academy tournament. Again, I'm not too into this mode at the moment. I suppose I could get into it. It does give me like FIFA Street vibes and stuff like that, and I do enjoy playing it, and it is good to sort of have a closer look at the Youth Academy and sort of showcase the talent within there. After I'd done that, I started up a youth academy in the Netherlands, looking specifically for a goalkeeper. The main reason I did this is I just need to send one somewhere, and I haven't quite decided where I'm going to send the rest of my scouts or where I'm going to send them, and who I'm getting them to look for. But yeah, this is the side at the moment, heading up our first game of the episode. Let's get into it. Here we have the star boy of the last episode, Kasper Dolberg, making his way to the game, and the rest of the boys having a little warm-up. To open up this game, Dreyer slammed in a goal, but it didn't quite go in. Kasper was there to finish it. We actually went 2-0 up before we saw any sight of danger. Unfortunately, they did manage to nick one against us, and that's how we closed out the first game. I'll be honest, Dreyer sort of picked up form a lot more. Not that he was doing bad in the first episode at all. As mentioned in the last episode, the Danish partnership up top, Kasper Dolberg and Dreyer, is absolutely wicked. Here I'm just showing you the calendar, and I've got to play a fairly heavily rotated side in the next game because I want to do well in the Europa League. One of our goals is to reach the group stages, so that's quite prominent. So I sent out a heavily rotated side, but I did have no doubt that Anderlecht would be able to get it done. I'm very confident in this team. As it stands, I believe that they are a pretty good team in the league. I don't feel like we're going to have much trouble in winning it this year. I do want to go invincible. That might be a bit too ambitious, but we'll see how the season goes. We managed to take this game home 2-1, even with a heavily rotated side. That sort of gives me the little mental boost that I need, thinking that we can do this. We can go invincible this season. We may have a few draws along the way, foreshadowing. But yeah, here I am, getting Vertonghen for a couple more years. Why not? He's a Tottenham legend, so he has a soft spot in my heart. And also, let's just let him retire at this club. But if we sell him now, we're not going to get any money for him. And he's actually a fairly good centre-back, when he's not giving away penalties, that is, of course. But he's made up for that. He's made up for that. Here I am putting De Grief on the bench. He's got a lot of potential. I had a little look into him. He's got a lot of potential, and I think he's not a bad player at all, actually. So here we go for the first game in the Europa League. I was pretty nervous, even though they're not difficult competition at all, but it's a case of the Europa League, just that little banner in the left-hand corner just makes everything different for me. I'm not sure why. As I mentioned, the competition, they're no one to us. But as you can see, apart from Hazard, I put my best foot forward in this game. I really wanted to get off to a good start in the Europa League. And we did just that. As you can see, the first goal, Fockett whips one in. It's a very, very nice cross, I have to admit. And Dreyer gets on the end of it, makes that 1-0. Great start. Unfortunately, disaster did strike. Kasper Dolberg got an injury. Luckily, he'll only be out for a couple of days. Here we go. Hazard, my favourite player. Meh. Whips it in, Dreyer on the end of it again. What a goal. Like I said, Dreyer's really stepped up this episode. But someone I didn't expect to hit the ground running was De Grief off the bench. This wasn't the only time he featured in this game. Straight after his goal, pretty much straight after his goal, he decides to give away a penalty within the box. It was brutal. It was a brutal moment. I was just about to sing his song. I was just about to tell you how much I think this guy could be the next big thing, and he takes him down in the box, and we concede a penalty. Nothing much happened in the game after that, and luckily we got through with a 3-1 win. I think I'm pretty happy with that, apart from the penalty. But yeah, De Grief, a pretty good player. I'm very surprised with him. Back on the screen now is Kasper Dolberg's injury, and because of this, I decided to bring in a player from the youth academy. I thought, why not? We'll just loan him back out in January, make sure he gets good experience. But all the while we've got an injured player, why not sign another Belgian, just so we've got more options from the bench. The game you're seeing now was fairly frustrating for me. I missed quite a lot of shots in this game, I'll be real. But we did manage to tuck one away with a doozy, the English winger on loan. I might make him a permanent signing, to be honest with you. I'm quite impressed with him. He hasn't featured too much, but when he does play, he seems to tuck one away or get an assist here and there. He's nice and pacey, which is what you want. And this game finished 3-0. Here we are at the team sheet again, just showing you, still playing a couple of academy boys, brought in a left back actually, just to increase the squad depth. And this was our toughest game of the series so far. Real Sociedad in the Europa League. It was a bit of a back and forth one, to be honest. I know 2-0 up doesn't quite seem like it, but after this we really, really dropped the ball. They had about 10 shots here, and they were a much better side than us this whole game. And it was eventually going to happen, but believe it or not, they kept shooting and kept shooting and kept shooting, and nothing went in for them at all. That was until this moment. Absolute heartbreak. And then this happened 5 minutes later in the game. I mean, what is the keeper doing there? Have words with yourself, mate. Thankfully for us, this was the last goal we conceded in the game, and I was kind of getting ready to say my defeated speech, but we managed to nick one in there at the very last minute and get a draw against a very good side, and I'm pretty happy with that result. Moving on to the next league game then, little POV goal for you here. Nice. We managed to win this game 2-0. Not the best result, of course, but you'll take it. Still undefeated in the league, and I don't think we've even drawn a game in the league at this point. So you'll hear no complaints from me in that regard. Moving on to the next game, it was a bit of a slow starter. I didn't expect to concede a worldie of a goal that early on in the game, but it is what it is. It's one of them things. Luckily, we got De Grief back in the game, scoring more goals. I mean, what a player. He's only a youngster as well, and he's not playing his correct position at the moment because we don't play a centre attacking mid. We only play centre mids, a CDM, 2 wingers and a striker. So even out of position, he's playing extremely well. And I believe he's only like 63 rated or something. And obviously he loses a few ratings for playing out of position. Anyway then, I think this is our last Europa League game of the season. Again, competition isn't great, so we're just sort of playing as well as we can and doing fairly well with it, to be honest. Another win in the Europa League. Pretty happy with how things stand for us. Fairly confident we're going to progress to the group stages. We may even get a little bit more out of it than that, to be honest. I know that sounds hopeful. Obviously, the main goal is to win the Europa League, get Champions League qualification, and hopefully by that point I would have brought the squad on that much that we can really push for a high position in the Champions League. That would be a great mini goal until obviously we win it, and we are going to win it. It may take me 10 seasons, it may take me 20 seasons, but I believe, and I need you two viewers to believe as well. Come on, guys! Like we're all here for the mutual love of Anderlecht. Here I am in the league. Unfortunately, I did concede a goal in this game. Every goal I concede, I really get annoyed about. But Dreyer once again showing why he's such an important part of this squad. I don't know why I don't play him up front. Honestly, the amount of goals this guy scores is an absolute joke. His fitness is actually really good as well. The one problem I'm having with Kasper Dolberg at the moment is he seems to always be unfit. I don't know if that's my fault and I need to change sort of like the training plan or whatever it's called to sort of get him back to fitness and get him in the right frame of mind. But it's really annoying me at the moment with Kasper Dolberg. I seem to only ever be able to play him in like one game or for one half before he's completely dead. Here we go then anyway. These are results at the end of this game. A lot of goals for Kasper, a lot of goals for Dreyer, and a lot of assists for Mario. Mario's a really great player as well. He features more in the episode coming, but just a great player. And really happy with the whole squad, to be honest. De Grief is also a big one that I'm looking to play more in the future. And here's the league table at the end of the day. You can't be mad at that, can you? You cannot be mad at that at all. 12 played, 12 won. I'm pretty sure it's safe to say we're going to win the league this year. Never ever speak too soon, but I'm pretty certain we're going to win the league this year. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any suggestions for who you want me to sign, please let me know in the comments. If you have any suggestions for where you want me to send youth scouts, please leave them in the comments. And yeah, remember, the goal for this episode is for us to hit 1 like.